Today's episode is a follow-up on the previous one, so if you haven't listened to Fish in a Barrel, please go back and listen to it. There's no recap this time since it is the second half of our session. Please enjoy.
Just remember, discovering secret means I can introduce another faction, and I have one that I like a lot.
Question for you, man. When I get to experience 6, I level up, right?
Yes.
Should I then reset to 0 or keep it at 6?
Reset to 0, and your next level is, the required XP is equal to the next level that you need plus 5. So, the next threshold you need to hit is 7 experience to level up.
Okay, gotcha.
Because everybody starts at level 0.
Right. Which he currently still is, which is fine.
I accidentally leveled up 1 experience prior to when I should have, so listeners, please learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, please.
I think it's fine. Just don't do it next time. So, during the game you were playing, aside from the cars that were being turned, you saw, or rather, you would have had to see, not hear. Despite the rain in your ears, you managed to see behind the dock workers that you were playing with bits of coin disappearing from their satchel, as if a set of fingers were gripping them one by one and putting them into an invisible wallet, as it were. So, as you see them leave, you see an unoccupied seat just beside the way, angled slightly outward. You've heard about this sort of thing. There are several fangs of Lion's Roar, the Abyssal Legion, Driftwind Raiders, Iron Soul Reavers, the Long Gone Moonshadow Corsairs, the Stormbearers, Followers of the Moon, unofficially the Obsidian Circle, the Admiralty in its own way, the Scalebound Pirates. All of these are prominent prominent factions. But there is one carried on the wind of scurvy sea dogs that rue the day that misfortune befell them, blaming their own misdeeds on a spur of blind luck. Sat in your presence, undoubtedly, is a member of the Clearwater Compact, and he doesn't know that you've noticed him. After all, who would notice an invisible pirate? But you're a bit keen, and you've clued into the fact that the Compact enjoys pickpocketing in and around this area, and they would have certainly heard that conversation you had. Maybe it's intuition, maybe it's a bit of insight, but regardless, you know this.
I suppose they'll just kind of act like nothing happened.
Okay. So, do you tip off Bresaint?
Where is Bresaint? Like, in relation to Joey's position at the table?
He can be here, I think.
I think I'd be there just to keep an eye out and just hanging. Like, fully, he's off. He's probably either, if he's not actively by you, he would be just, like, close by.
So he'd just be, like, watching the game or something?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll sort of try to get his eyesight and glance at the empty chair Does he know? Does Brisson... No, I mean, like, does Brisson know what I could possibly be referencing here?
Do I?
In other words, yeah, hold on. Let me get the image. Let me get the stupid image. Hold on. Does he know?
Do you know?
For the viewers at home, I'm referring to, like, that one picture, like, the Asian guy in clear glasses, like, smugly looking at the camera with the yellow text that says, "Does he know?" I sent that meme in the... It's what I was thinking.
Yes.
It's what I was...
It's the Riddler. I'm not going to ask editing NaN to put that image there, but editing NaN, put that image there.
If this goes up on YouTube, sure.
Does he know? Awesome. Alright, thank you.
Does he know? Okay. Should I roll something to see if I notice the dude?
I mean, you could... I'd say that the captain gives you, like, a... I'd say that the captain gives you, like, a sideways glance toward the seat. And you realize that between the commotion, there are raisins disappearing from the table.
I think I walk over there kind of nonchalantly and fully flick my wrist and, like, point the end of the flame gout at where the captain, trying to hide it from everyone except for who might be there, and just pointed at this person.
The table flips as an invisible leg jumps on it and begins dashing out the door.
Okay. Shit, it's me no likey. Can I... Well...
Can I try to sharpshoot this guy?
Before you do that, can
okay.
Sharpshoot in the ankle.
I know this will make me become hunted, but can I commune with the sea to make the winds close the door so this guy can't get out?
Let me think about this for a second.
Can I try my shot first, and if that doesn't work, then that can happen. So
Yeah.
Sharpshooting is a specific skill, right? And what does it use again?
I think...
Oh no, I have 2 more luck
I
left.
think that if you're shooting somebody, you're getting into a scrap.
So polish?
So that's blood.
Yeah,
I
plus blood.
I get to roll polish for it though. I thought. Let's come in.
Well, that's if you're commanding the crew
yeah,
to do
my
it.
bad. All right, I guess blood.
Would you want to?
Blood it is then.
You could. Like, you could... Your crew, like, bursts from the crew bursts from, like, the tables of the bar and they tackle
Honestly,
them. If you wanted.
maybe that'd be pretty funny. I will command then a basic move, and that is everybody shoot this invisible guy. I'm just gonna shout towards the door, and then I'll roll my command roll. Partial success.
So on a on a scrap, on a 7 to 9, scroll up. You deal your weapon's harm to your opponent, or deal half, and pick one of the options. I would say you want to wing them and force them into a precarious new position.
Yeah,
maybe?
I'd say that. I would like to possibly cause them to. It would be really funny. Trey, are you close enough to the door to, when I shoot them, they fall towards the door, you close the door on their face, and they get knocked backwards?
I think what we want to do is avoid me having to close the door.
Yeah, actually, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, I meant with your hand. Like, literally with your... Are you close enough to the door that you can...
I'm probably not.
Okay, that's
enough.
fair.
The reason I did the wings thing is because I'm not close
I'm
enough.
sorry. I thought you were trying to just do it nonchalantly.
No.
Okay. I'll go for the ankles, then, if you'll let me.
I mean, your bullet finds purchase.
And my pistol does 2 harm, but it is also pretty loud.
Round it down. Yeah.
So that's 1.
You're definitely not getting deafened immediately.
Yeah.
The shot rings out, as do a couple extra as the crew readies their pistols. A couple red form in the air as this invisible saboteur is shot through, but manages to dive over the bar as a number of glasses miraculously falls behind it in a person-sized indentation.
So, are they just hiding now, I suppose? I
think so. To be frank, I think they're trying to get away. They're invisible, of course, so you don't know if you got a good shot or not. But you do know that they have been shot.
Bresaint, the door, please.
One of the crew gets slashed on the belly as a blade rips as a dirt, going sprawling over the table. The head of a scimitar, flashed with red, is coated in red. As they flick it off and it becomes invisible again. You could imagine it, right?
I can. Now that I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yes. So.
I'm there now.
Yes, you're there.
Yes, I will dive.
Do you want to get into the scrap?
Bar where this
Honestly,
person
let's
just
go ahead.
Slashed, and I will get into a scrap, which is just rolling this in right.
Okay. Yes.
I can also be there, right?
Yeah, you're all there.
Okay.
Nobody went anywhere.
Well, once again.
Pretty good.
Okay, so you seize the ante. Tell us how you managed to get it.
So this man is still
wrestle
surrounded
on
by
an
glasses
invisible
and probably
man.
broken glasses that fell behind the bar when he slid over it. He also just slashed a crewmate of ours, where there would be a spray of blood
Yes.
around where his reach was. Going off of that, Adam decided to dive towards it, ultimately landing on him more than actually punching him. But still, in the end, he pens him, and I think what I wanted to frighten this man came out of nowhere, slammed into him, and I'll do that. What is this? Isn't that the adding a tag frightened?
You also seize the ante.
What are the tags I could add then?
You can, if you want, or add a different tag.
While Adam's got this under locks, I would like to announce something to the bar, if possible, if it's somewhat absent in sound, rather than... From what I can hear, if it's absent in sound rather than the scuffling.
Wait.
Or will they not be able to hear me?
I don't think you'll be able to hear them.
Oh, I know. I was going to say that as part of it. Now, I can't quite hear any of you too well, but we have a bit of an interesting case of magic going on here, of some sort. An invisible trickster. Check your wallets, maybe some coins are missing.
The bar rouses to see the sight of this man. You can feel a pair of hands trying to scramble free of your arm. Okay, so you grab his where his neck ought to be and just swing your fist. You feel a melon-sized presence connect with your knuckles as the scrambling limbs go limp. In the dim light of the bar, you can see the visage of a man come into view. This, how do I describe it? What's the word? You've seen a jellyfish before, haven't you? A translucent skin, sort of blending in with the environment.
Gross.
This is a translucent man. You can see into his skull where there ought to be a face and bones and muscle. All are just a clear translucence. It's like you're holding a gel version of a person.
I love that.
Dane's eyes are the size of dinner plates.
The way that it works, the light that goes through his body is actually refracted, such that he has camouflage. But without being able to concentrate, he just looks like a jellyfish. He is also wearing sort of like a pajama, if there's a word for that. This one-piece outfit that are like it's a blouse and knickers.
I think the word you're looking for is underwear.
Yes.
Or long underwear.
Yes, long underwear.
I mean, knickers are just long
And
underwear.
I said scimitar before, but what he really has is like this long and thin blade, almost like a rapier, but more like a cane staff, as it were, inside of this long rod. This rectangular blade that could be swiped out. And on his person, you do reach inside and see that under his shirt are a number of mostly the copper and silver coin varieties. All told, he has about 2 treasure worth of stolen
I don't quite know what we should do with all this, because we've got a bar full of people who were likely stolen from.
We keep one
but
and we
did
divide the
take
rest
down
among
the
everyone here.
assailant.
That's true.
Seems fair enough.
I mean,
if
that's
you can
fair.
manage to fence him.
I caught
So
him.
do you just toss him on the ground?
I'll divide it.
then.
And if they have an issue with it, they'll take it up with me.
Okay.
And I will go around, give Captain half of it, so he gets the 1 treasure. One of them. And then I will go around roughly dividing it evenly among everyone. in
Yep.
The bar.
Okay, out of character. Is this guy still alive?
Barely, yeah. He is concussed in the hands of Adam, so he's not long for this world if he can help it, and he is still
I don't think I
rash
did.
at
I
this
didn't
point, I think.
get a large trouble,
Unless you
and I
cleared
did not
any of that.
take a breather.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I grab just someone's cup of water and just splash it on the dude's face, kind of trying to slap him awake.
Let's take him aboard the ship.
Out of character,
We
that's a
could.
good idea, but how are we going to
Captain?
get past everybody else outside unnoticed?
Yeah,
Well, you've
no,
already
that's-
paid off your security. You can still have the scene because you've already paid the treasure.
That's
you made.
fair, I suppose. I just want to get
Well-
on the ship at this point, I'm going to be completely honest.
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
I think that
But
this
I
is
do wanna-
probably a good place to end if everybody's fine. Once we get back on the ship, I mean.
Yeah.
If we have time, people still have their own downtime.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I forgot. I kind of interrupted everybody's downtime. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
say
that's
go
okay.
back to the ship with this dude, and then we can finish up downtime now.
Right. I'm
Yes.
No, it was your turn anyway.
fair, I guess.
Okay, I want to see if I can... Hang on. I want to see if I can reverse engineer the modifications that have been made to this man.
Okay. See what I can do for you. Go
Does
ahead
this-
and
Does
roll
this
your.
does this prisoner count as something strange?
There's a few ways that your moves can interact, but let me think.
One other thing. I have Miskatonic, so
Yeah.
I perform this ritual with weird science, taking samples, stuff like that.
Yes. So, use your alchemy tools as locus, and you become enthralled to the list of consequences. So, all right. Do you wanna roll it now?
I will spend 2 luck.
Okay.
So that is... Give me a second. Okay. So that is an 8. So on a hit, the ritual accomplishes its goal.
What was your goal here?
The goal was to reverse engineer what happened. I want to reproduce the effects that were on this man and save it for later.
Okay. The ritual has unintended side effects.
Okay.
So you
Also,
let's see here.
I choose one and you choose one.
Right. I think you're
And-
going to need a final rare component to complete it.
You already choose
I'm gonna-
unintended side effects.
Well, let me think about this for a second. No matter what, you are cursed or changed in the process. I think you are changed in the process. You managed to apply it to yourself.
Joey, you had something?
No, I was just going to ask if that technically counted as a fight that we won, because then I can refresh some bonds.
Sure.
And I will take my first bond with Tre if I didn't have one already.
I think also I need a final rare component to complete it.
Okay. So, in order to complete this, you need whatever solvent that the Clearwater Compact uses in order to inoculate its members. Without it, the ritual can't spread. You are changed in the process. So as you work, your limbs become translucent. Now, in bright light, you can see into the veins and the bones in your forearms and fingers.
So that's what bones look
Concerning
like.
you didn't know that before.
That's fun.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's not like at the time that
apart a
this is
zombie.
taking place in. That's not common knowledge.
So
this
there's-
is what the structure of my bones look like when they are not splayed out and my flesh is cut open and I have removed them from a corpse.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Like usually what I work with is like already dead things, but
He knows the bone
Dane-
structure of an arm.
his bones are. Dane sees if like any. Well, I guess he doesn't see his bones because like it would just be below his skin's like just muscle. He He turns his hand over, flexes a little bit.
It has a curious effect. You can see as the blood in your vessels enter your forearm, it turns this lovely shade of blue as it enters and it leaves. There's something done there's something done to skin that has transfigured your muscles in this way.
Also, I would like to, once I'm finished up with this guy, I want to test my bonds with the captain. Okay, so like, I assume like we find him, like.
It's about confrontations, arguments, and big social revelations.
I don't think we really have anything like that between us right now.
Okay, never mind then.
I would recommend... Actually, I was going to ask this for my second action. Could we possibly specifically request to take time as an action to cure our deafness?
I think that just happens automatically.
Does it just happen automatically?
Let me see.
Like, if we were to, like, sleep on it, we could probably do that.
So the way that the trouble clears is when you get that moment to clear the trouble. I'm going to say that after this downtime, it would be long enough for you to no longer be deaf.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to... see. I would like to... I want to investigate further into this Clearwater Compact. I want to know, like, where I can get this... What did you say it was? Solvent?
Yes.
Where can I find...
So go ahead and roll plus vinegar for that.
Where can I find that solvent? Okay, it's a 9.
Ooh, okay.
So where can I find that solvent?
You know that this one would lead you right back to it.
Okay. And how would I get this prisoner to reveal his secrets?
Make a credible threat.
I can definitely do that.
These assassins are not known for good confrontations.
Okay.
For anything really, but I doubt that they expect it to be trumped so easily.
Okay.
So this assailant rouses, let's say, in the belly of the ship. How are they secured?
I assume like they're tied up to like a pole or something, or
Okay.
No, they're not tied up to a pole. They are strapped to a chair at the dining table.
Gary.
They see a sizable feast laid out before them. There's like chicken that has been freshly cooked. Some bread has finished baking, and in front of them is a plate full of mixed greens.
The assailant attempts to get up but can't. It looks down. How did you...
How'd you spot me?
I didn't. That was those other guys.
Can I be there?
Yeah, you could be there.
If you want, like, I assume you'll be helping out in the tenderizing some meat.
Sure. I'm just around.
It was this gent that delivered you here. And now... Well, I've already learned quite a bit about you. I say, pulling down my sleeve, revealing my arm.
What? He looks down at... How did you... Let's see. What? How did you do that?
It wasn't hard. Anyone could do it.
You have no idea what you're messing with.
I think I do. See, you tried to hurt... Well, no, you did. You succeeded in hurting one of my crew. Now, I don't take it lightly when someone tries to hurt one of my own. Dane turns the man's chair to face the room. He opens up his workshop adjacent to the kitchen. Turns on and opens a curtain. Bloody meat hooks hang dangling from the ceiling. And a puddle of blood begins to seep out from under the door. See, the way it works on this ship is I'm this crew's chef, and I'm also their doctor, which means I need to and I don't like wasting anything. So when I find something worthwhile, I take it for everything it has, and I don't skimp on anything. I use the freshest ingredients, if you catch my drift.
You're insane.
No, I don't think I am. I believe I am currently within my right mind. How do you think your group managed to do this? You don't think that there was some human experimentation involved? This is standard practice. I'm sure you know that, but...
The assailant's breakfast bracket. You have no idea who you're dealing with. When the Windsaw knows that I'm missing, they'll send a dozen more after you. It doesn't matter what you do to me, you're dead either way.
When the people figure out, this is out of control. If I get that.
This is a Windsaw. He called his captain the Windsaw.
I think both of you would notice Trey, as he hears winds, immediately is like turning to look, and then realizes that that's not what they're talking about.
Hey, get me out of this chair. This guy's a cannibal.
No, I'm not a cannibal. I would never eat you. Do you have any idea?
No.
Specify
Diseases?
you.
Do you have any idea what diseases are in the human body? It's far too much work to eat someone. No. See, I take parts and I repurpose them for my own ends. When someone misses a leg, I just take something and put it somewhere else. I set body parts to new. I'm a healer at heart. And you have a very good liver. Do you know what the liver is?
In the background,
Is-
Trey
if he-
raises his hand because you have an education.
If he had any melanin left in his face, you're sure he would have gone pale by now.
Trey's
can
like,
see
yeah,
it right
I
there.
know, actually.
I can
Yeah,
see
Trey's
it
just like,
right.
ooh, I know the answer, I know.
I'm sorry, we're interrupting you.
Yes. It seems like you don't drink or smoke. You have a very healthy circulatory system. And I'm sure that there are many people on the ship who would love to have a new one.
So, what? You're gonna cut me open?
Well, I could, unless you give me something worthwhile. See, here's the deal. You, I assume, came by yourself if you were with someone, they'd already be here at this moment. See, you're what people call an acceptable loss. The compact has probably already forgotten about you. I mean, that's your line of work. You're disposable. Why else would they send you around where anyone could just scoop you up?
You think they let me go back empty-handed? I've got dues to pay. That's... I mean, it was just like bits and pieces. It was a pittance from everyone. No one was missing what I took.
I don't care what you've taken. I care what you've done. And you are going to make it up to me, one way or another.
What do you want?
Well, I'd like to know how you managed to become like this. I want to know... I know that you require some sort of solvent to attain this physique. See, I want your abilities. And I think it would help out my crew very much if they also had it. So, if you can help me synthesize this, he says, gesturing to his body, I could be persuaded to let you go. After all, it saves 8 hours for me, and it's a lifetime for you.
I swear I don't know how she did it. I swear.
You don't know anything?
She's got this...
She's
gotta be...
She who?
God.
It sounds like we should just harvest his organs at this point. He doesn't want to speak.
No. No. I'm much more useful to you alive than dead. Don't let that quack touch me.
Prove it then. Give us some answers. He asked you a question.
The only way I know how it works is that how my captain does it. She's some part demon. I don't know how, but she is. She's got these tendrils for hair or something. I don't know. But when you join the compact, they take your life from you, what you were, and you become like me. I'm different now. I know that innately. I'm not something else, but you're not gonna, I swear, you're not gonna get what you want if you cut me open. It'll be an echo of what Captain Nightshade can do. I swear. You'll be disappointed, and you'll have a dozen invisible knives in your back.
How about this? You tell us where your captain will be, and then maybe I could be persuaded to let you go.
Does anybody mind if Joey silently enters the scene and watches for a bit?
You can enter.
What?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure you've seen, like, the flush terror in his face.
Yeah, probably.
So...
Okay. Fine. Do you want to know? Okay. There's an uninhabited island northwest in the Dreadmaw Archipelago. Nobody's been there for decades. It's totally uninhabited. They show up there sometimes. We get our missives, and then we go out on our jobs. That's as close as I've ever gotten to the captain.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't be able to find. You wouldn't be able to find the ship even if I pointed it out to you. But that's all I know. I swear. Please, just let me go. You'll never hear from me again. I'll tell them I couldn't make it. They'll give me a lashing. They'll give me a few dozen lashings, and that'll be the end of it. Don't do anything rash.
Dane slowly looks up to the captain.
You're going already, and I haven't even introduced myself? Hello, yes, I am here as well. I figured I should be part of the process, but as always, Mr. Carver is a man suited for interrogation, general threatening, and making people feel like they don't have a chance. I will step into view.
That's not a nickname?
Yo, Nan, just so you know, I have to leave in a few minutes.
Alright, I'll make this quick
Okay.
then. Well, I am Captain Joey Pacallis. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, and they will bow in front of them and take off their large hat with one of their hands and do a tiny curtsy for funny effect. And you, my friend, can go on one condition. As long as Mr. Carver agrees, of course. And that is that you let me have my pistol trained to your back the entire time. I'm not taking any chances.
Seems fine to me.
Becca, like, strolls up a bit, like, to see the table. Hey, it's the ghost guy.
The what?
I heard about them.
Who's he talking about?
They're... The ghost ship. He's part of the ghost ship. I didn't know he was that, though. He's talking about the... Becca is talking about the assailant from the Clearwater Compact.
I see.
Well...
Now...
Shit.
That's what they call him. Like, I hear that they're like a plague on other ships. Although I never thought I'd meet one in the flesh. Say, you weren't trying to curse my captain, were you? The assailant is dumbfounded that they let a child in here. Why were you following my captain?
He wasn't, sweetie. He just happened to
And
be
he
somewhere.
goes like tight-lipped at that.
Listen, we caught a no-good pickpocket, and we're dispatching with a no-good pickpocket. No offense, but
Okay.
I had my fun with you, and I... Lest this gestures in the assailant's direction. Crook, do something. I would like you and the rest of the crew to be in a opportune position. Kindly run along now,
You
and
got it,
I will
Captain.
gladly talk to you about this later. It's some juicy stuff, honey.
Becca runs off with a few of the extra like through the lackeys.
Anyways, back to business.
Yeah,
You ready to take those ropes off? Because I have a gun, and I can use it if you dare try to do anything. And we've got a whole room full of people with ass-kicking potential.
The assailant is in surrender.
All right, I suppose we'll walk them off the ship then.
You get them off. You get them off the ship. You walk him along the docks until you find an unoccupied part of the dock. In evening light, you can see the light reflecting back off of the water, just barely making out the shape of a rowboat. I'm taking my leave. You can have the gun trained on me for as long as you like. You won't see me again. I swear.
At this point, they're probably just going to holster it. One,
Okay.
you are a pirate as well, and there has to be some sort of honor exchange between us. If you can trust me in this very moment, I'll trust you.
Try anything and I'm gonna blast you with fire so quick.
That is true.
You hear the sounds of like vigorous paddling as the indentation of the coast, indentation on the water splashes out for a few minutes. Between the ships, it's not much more than a bit of jostled current
until finally it escapes your view. And on the offside, Harley did a carousing check and marked 3 luck because they did some bottle shooting with Becca. Does that cover everybody's downtime? Yeah, it went well.
I mean, I just wanted to investigate.
Do we have time for you? Okay.
Okay.
So that covers it.
Right. I suppose we'll ask
Okay.
ourselves these questions.
I think this is the end of a chapter.
I'll say.
Let me just check.
This is gonna be one
And,
of an episode.
Yeah.
And it's only been like.
Might be even.
It's only been like.
Might even be 2 episodes.
Really?
If this isn't hook new listeners, nothing will.
Yeah,
It's
nothing's gonna hook them. Like, this is...
So we're at chapter's end. At the end of each session, ask the group, have you defeated an important foe, claimed great treasure, or accomplished one of your crew's goals this session? So, that is the end of a chapter.
I think we both claimed great
Yes.
treasure and accomplished a crew goal of getting that job done.
I agree.
Yeah. Every PC replenishes all of their bonds,
All right.
and then they choose 2. Any player may choose an option more than once.
I will take. Yeah.
So, at the end of this, what do we choose? I need to remember what I'm choosing from.
You either take, I believe, 2 EXP or 2 XP or 2 luck, or subtract 1 harm, I think? Or was it 1 XP?
think
So it's
one
mark 1
XP.
experience, mark 2 luck, heal 2
Okay.
harm. And you can choose any option more than
I
once.
will mark
We get to
1 more
choose-
experience, and I'm now at 5. Just 1 more.
So
You choose 2. You can choose to mark 2 experience if you
Oh,
want.
really?
Just get the level
Well
now.
then, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
level up. And I get another
I will
playbook
also-
action, right?
Yes, playbook
It's
action. You can mark an additional stat 3 times. Up to 3 times. You can choose a new oddity if it makes sense in the story, or you can take a bond with an appropriate crew member.
I'm going to take 1 XP to level up and take 2 luck.
Okay,
I'm
Dane, how about you?
healing 2 harm and marking 2 luck.
I will say that at the end of a downtime, you do heal harm.
Okay,
So you
just-
don't.
then I'll get XP then.
I will choose
Okay.
another bond with, I'll probably choose another bond with either Dane or Adam, just because I really appreciate what they did for me during the session.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna genuinely have this fully up to luck because I really can't decide between the 2 of you. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. And Dane? Adam was closer, it was 6. So that will be Adam.
So you took a roll with Adam
A bond,
Oh,
yes.
bond with
I
Adam.
took a bond with them.
as your level up.
My playbook really doesn't have very much stuff. And also, I should say that there aren't that many ways to increase the amount of bonds you have.
Okay, unless you tested bonds.
That's true, but I also, I'm not gonna get mad at these guys anytime soon. I'm not really gonna have anything too
Pretty soon they
much
might
to
get
speak
mad
with
with
them
me.
about, I feel.
I'm still rash.
Honestly, I feel like
Okay.
Joey hasn't really noticed. Most of the time they've been deaf. I feel like with the way that they've been a little shafted in the hearing department this session, and the fact that they didn't really gain any strength, I feel like it's both appropriate and helpful. I don't really care if it's a bit of an undergrade. I don't really care if it's a bit of a downgrade from other stuff. I genuinely want it to be more appropriate.
Stop recording,
so
right?
You take it. Well, don't stop just yet,
Okay.
because we will do one more thing before we finish here.
I did. I took Sumana's Reigns.
Nice, Sumasa's
So-
reigns.
Now I can unleash powers to control the weather.
If you miss, take hunted. I love
Yes.
that. Love that.
That part is the fun part for me.
Super simple, but very powerful. Let's see. Before we finish recording for today, we will test renown, and for good or ill, we will leave that for next session.
Okay. Since
So-
I blew up that building, can I do it? or does someone else
Yes.
want to do
So
it?
roll a 1d6. So you're at renown 2.
Didn't see some of my extra
Let's see.
darn it. Well, it's too late at this point.
I got a 5.
Hey, if you want to do something else, you can.
Alright, I was
I got a
going to
5.
choose Mastermind. When you encounter an obstacle while leading
Mastermind
your
is
crew,
great.
you may spend a bond with an involved crewmate to explain how you planned for this beforehand, and twist fate as if you'd spent 2 luck.
That's really good.
I think it fits
I
their
think you should take
character a
that.
lot.
The World with Jaws is a Rapscallion actual play. All properties and entities are owned by their respective authors and artists, and you can find a link to all things used, including the game system by Magpie Games for Rapscallion, and links to the artists and songs used in this episode. If you enjoyed listening to this episode, please leave a rating and review on our Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please check out this show and many others like it on the Cast Junkie Discord server with the link below in the show notes. And as always, thanks for sailing with us in the world of Jaws, and thanks for being a part of the worlds we know. Until next time.